Good morning, everyone. Welcome back once again. Last day of the week. Good morning, Yap, Seafers, PNDL, Zaza. Good morning. Yo, last day of the week to make money. True. Let's see if we can keep going with the winning streak. Good morning. Good morning. Tawaras, hello. Good morning. Cass, Peter. Good morning, Alex. Okay, let's see what we can get once more. Good morning, Corbin. We are active today. I like to see this chat active. Okay, let's start going over because we have 9 minutes until 3 a.m. So the open, as usual, we're gonna go over the daily, the 4-hour, 1 hour, 15-minute, like from the high time frame, then going to the lower time frame and see what we can expect for today. Okay, daily chart. Daily chart. Do we have a devil's mark here? Am I seeing right? We have a devil's mark on the daily. So the daily chart, we swept previous day high yesterday. We closed below previous day high. So this could be C3 candle going to the downside. I don't know, like so far I still remain bullish, but it would make sense that we have like eventually a move lower. From the daily, not too much. Like the daily, it's looking a little bit bearish for me. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, let's go to the 4-hour. The 4-hour, yeah, we do have a devil's mark on the daily right there. And also we have this gap right here on the 4-hour. Consider a gap. So I wouldn't be surprised. Like we also have this opening gap, right? Let me just check it once more. We have this opening gap here. So to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if we move lower from here, at least for like until we tap into this area. On the 1-hour, pretty much the same thing. We close below this 1-hour gap. We tapped into this 1-hour gap, and now it seems that we are moving. I know it's just a kind of a mess because we have a bunch of fair value gaps here to take into consideration. Let me check the 15-minute. 15-minute. Not much on the 15-minute. We have a 15-minute gap here. Let me check where Asia high is also aligning here. I want to see where do we have the Asia high. We have Asia high here. On the 1 minute on Asia high, it's true that we have the smooth edges I like to see. Like this for me is a good liquidity area for price to move towards. Yeah, like lower time frame looks better to the upside. I need to see where I want to see find support, because right now for me to use, I just have this 15-minute gap here. That's really, really small. This gap over here where we just tapped into it. And lower, we don't have anything else on the 15-minute. On the 1-hour, we might leave a fair value gap on the 1-hour here. So that might be what we can use if we want to capture a long move. So if this 2 a.m. candle closes, the morning address closes like this, we're gonna leave a fair value gap. and we might tap into fair value gap, create 1 hour swing, go higher. Let's see. In overall, I like the bullish setup just because of the Asia highs here. The truth is we can go lower without going to the Asia high yet. I think we're far away from them. So I'm just gonna wait and see what the open gives me. Let's see what makes sense at the moment, because I have conflicting bias, to be honest. Let's go over crude oil real quick. SMT at midnight with close open. Very good to know. Let me check midnight. Where's midnight? Where's midnight? Midnight's over here. True. We have huge, like yes, it's way weaker. Crude oil. Let's see, crude oil. 4 hour daily. Remove this. Four hour. How much? 1 hour. Could go higher from here, crude oil. To be honest, I don't like that much like gold and crude oil this past days. Like it's just, I don't see anything interesting to trade from these charts compared to NQ. Like I'm able to frame something on NQ, but lately it's hard for me to frame something on crude oil and gold. So yeah, for now waiting for the open. That's the thing. The open gap. Yep, I know the opening gap on the day. That's what made me a little bit bearish, because it would make sense that we go lower towards the gap. That's the truth. Like on the daily, I think we can get a move lower. But again, I have the highs at Asia here. That like, if you know how I trade, I really like to target Asia highs with this type of formations where we have really close to each other highs forming these smooth edges that I really like to call, to then move higher. Like when we form something, move higher. But yeah, let's just wait for the open. Nikkei candle is super bullish. Yeah. And the daily chart is still looking bullish. Like the wise thing to do probably is just to remain bullish, and that's it. Like go with the flow of the market and not try to catch the reversal or try to anticipate when the market's gonna move to the other side. Are you trading New York today? No, I'm not trading New York today. Usually, like lately, I'm trading just London session, and that's it. I'm not even watching New York. Truth is, yesterday there was a clean unicorn, a New York open that was fucking clean, I must say. It was like the textbook setup that I would usually look for, but I'm not trading much in New York anymore. I don't know if you ask if I'm gonna stream New York. I'm not gonna stream New York, or if I'm gonna trade it. I'm always for the session. We're inside the market maker break model by model, and terminus has been done. So I will see. Yeah, you're right. Like I can see both things, to be honest. I can frame both setups here. Can you recap the clean entry? For sure. Let's give it a bit some time. Like let's give a bit some time here that just the session open and we can review it. So far, we tapped into this 15-minute gap. We have a sweep here and we're moving higher. I don't really like to use breakers that didn't form at the moment of the opening session. But it could be that we can use this breaker here for a long entry, being this the liquidity sweep that happened right before the session. So playing the long from here could be something towards this highs. But yeah, I don't usually trade prior to the opening. Let's see on the 5 minute if we have something a little higher. Right now, Tom, I'm in Koh Tao in Thailand. It's like a small island um, close to Koh Samui and Kopangan. Yeah, this meets water already from this breaker. Let's see, looks bullish. On the 5 minute, we kind of have the same setup. We have this do with 15 minute. 15 minute, 15 minute. It is reliable enough. Like it depends also on the area that you are in, but pretty much like I was surprised because I was expecting way worse of a situation with the internet, but it's quite nice. Like the whole city, like the whole island has fiber. So okay, we have this. I don't really like to use this whole thing here, but maybe we can use it if we get a closure. You got the starting, how's it going? Like I don't travel that much, and when I travel, I usually go to places where I have like good connection overall. So I never found myself in the situation where I needed one, but I actually thought about it for this trip. It's extremely hot here also. Like I don't know how hot it is right there, but here is hot. Like thank God I have AC on the apartment. Yeah, right. But you have to pay the hardware, like the antenna, and then the subscription, right? And you keep the subscription running, like you always rely on the Starlink, or is it something that you can activate or deactivate whenever you're traveling? Ooh, that's not bad. So you always use this. Yeah, but I get that that's really worth it if you travel a lot, so you don't even have to think about getting good connection wherever you go. Hey, I found that XAUSD and GC have 1 hour difference from the 4 hour candles formation and they form differently. I'm not sure about this. First notice, like, let me see. 4 hour formation. This is the 2 a.m. candle, 1 a.m. Bro, that's true. True, true, true. I don't really know. Maybe because like the markets, like for the, I don't know, like XAUSDs might be continues and then since the gold is a contract, maybe like have different hours or something. Like it's just weird. Yeah, I didn't notice until you said it. 5 minute, boom, 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 boom. Okay, I think I'm gonna try this long here. Uh, and set the limits in case I get an entry and it doesn't run higher. Mm, This very good. I think very good. Like this candle closure here, Cipher, you're gonna see like if I plot just the tool on TradingView and you cannot see right on the screen the position, like how many ticks we are winning or losing, it's because I'm not in the trade. Always when I'm in a trade, you're gonna see that, okay, in this example, like I have the limit orders in. I'm not in yet, but you're gonna see every time on screen if I'm on a trade or not. Uh, uh, uh. I think we're gonna have to draw liquidity, right? Like these Asia highs. Obviously, we can wait and try to short whenever we take these highs here. We've done this, I think, a couple times already to short the draw liquidity that I wanted to see. As I was saying, this candle closure here, 305, it's gonna be the one that creates the fair value gap aligned with the breaker here, like just for the reference. It's not confirmed yet, but it's a risk-based dollar amount. It's not like extremely fixed. I try to raise 250 to 300 and something, usually during London session because of how big the range is and the price movements. Usually one mini fits inside that 250 and 350. Like right now, I'm risking 335, so it's in the middle of that range. If I had to add to contracts or go to the micros, I would do it. Do you cancel your limits if the price runs to 12 without us? Yeah. Like if this trade goes to R directly, I'm gonna cancel my limit orders. Like the trade idea was successful. It's just I couldn't manage to get into this position the way I wanted. Like I can execute this trade at market orders, but I don't usually do this. Um, like it depends on the trade. Like usually with London session, I don't tend to open market orders. Sometimes during New York I do, but I prefer to go with limits. So as soon as it goes to 2R, the trade for me, the trade idea is complete. It doesn't mean that the breaker is not gonna hold if we move lower, but like my expectation for the move, it's already done. Yeah, draw liquidity I think is Asia high. Let's see. If I can get an entry here, perfect. If I cannot get an entry here, I'm gonna patiently wait for price to get to Asia highs and see if it forms a reversal signature there, like a breaker after we sweep that high or something like this that I can use for a short move if it makes sense. It's usually like I think yesterday was a great example. We tapped into the Asia highs and then we moved lower. And I think a couple of days before, like ago where we streamed, it was the same thing. Okay, so here have the breaker and then we have the fair value gap formed here. Fair value gap. Do you know with that 10? Am I 10? I don't know. I mean, obviously it's sunny as hell here. So good morning, Anthony. Sometimes you can be already before on an open, sometimes not. For me, it was the case today for the buy on the 50-minute market maker buy model. Easy to see. Sell side liquidity taken inside the daily opening price, then bullish order flow and price above daily open, so buy. Fair enough. Fair enough. Like I don't usually go long before the session open. Like I really like to see how the session open manipulates, takes some sort of liquidity, and then we form the breaker after the opening session liquidity sweep. That's my ideal setup. If it makes sense like today that we had the sweep prior on both like the 5 minute and the 1 minute, then I can consider using a breaker that was like formed prior to the opening of the session. I know I usually don't as well. I just depend if yeah, fair enough, fair enough. Juno, one question. When analyzing your data, I have run backtest and, for example, the 3 a.m. 1 hour is not too bad for my strategy. Is this something you look in your data? Um, the truth is, I don't really look that much on my data anymore. Like I know, yes, I think my trades usually you're gonna see that they don't like form. Sometimes they do it during the 3 a.m. Candle, but lately I think the 4 a.m. But based on the data that I have and what I've seen and what I've like experienced for the past few months, is that 4 a.m. gives better moves than 3 a.m. Sometimes we have a good move at 3 a.m., but lately it's more towards the 4 a.m. rather than the 3 a.m. That's my conclusion, like my final thing to say about whether the 3 a.m. or the 4 a.m. is better lately. I don't know, Juan, if you've seen the same thing. That's why maybe you ask if the 3 a.m. candle like is not like giving you the best moves. I think 4 a.m. is giving great moves so far. Good morning, Ed. Let me just post this because I post this on X. Sorry. My question is more around the fact that looking that far into your data. Like, I think it really depends. Like, if I cannot, like, you have different phases, I would say, where you're gonna see that 3 a.m. has like a good streak of working really good during the 3 a.m. candle. And now, for example, we have, like, if I check on my data, I'm gonna see that I have a ton of trades. First of all, I didn't trade that much London session like in the past. I've been always a New York session trader, so I don't have that much data during London. Because like London is not that consistent when it comes to the timings of the setup rather than London, like New York. Like New York, you're gonna have probably or a unique or a breaker at 9:30 open, or then 10 a.m. And besides that, you're gonna really need to force looking at the charts to find like a breaker that the way I use it. And in London is like way more inconsistent. It could be like at 3:45, it could be like at 4 a.m., it could be like at 3 a.m. right at the open. It's way different. So it's really different and hard to measure. And with this inconsistency, it also comes with different phases in the market where we're going to have months where 3 a.m. is better, times in the market where 4 a.m. is better. So it's way more inconsistent to really get like a solid conclusion to actually give you. Can you please show the price on the chart at the right of the left-hand side? Let me see if I can do something, but it's something that has to do with production. There you go. I think you can see it now, right? Yeah. You should be able to see it now. Perfect. I like shorts, not gonna lie. You like shorts. I like shorts whenever we take Asia high. That's the truth. I really like shorts. If your setup shows just the market up in New York, will you take it or wait? No, I would take it. I would definitely take it. Like yesterday we had a really clean trade right at New York Open. But do you mean like if I see something at market open, or if I see something at market open New York, I would mark it in? It's moving lower. We tapped into the 5 minute fair value gap here. Sorry, I moved out. I know it's a risky thing to do right here because like it's falling like a knife. We've been having this type of things where we get a strong move lower, but then the market decides to just recover the whole thing right away and continue with the bullish structure. Oh yeah, Andres, like if market open and then 932, for example, like your example, we get the sweep and then we form the breaker, I would take the trade right away. That's what I'm looking for at 930 open. We didn't get filled by 2 ticks. That's nice. Well, let's see if it goes back again. But not looking good because we covered the whole move down to the entry, whatever. Yeah, like you're gonna see that there's a ton. Like there's so many times where that move that happens at 930 is not that like the right move. It fails. Like it happens. Uh shit. We didn't get filled. But yeah, I think whenever you see like past 930, whenever you see that a breaker forms, I think if you have conviction in the model, you should take it. Gonna be sad if we see this trade go to take profit right now and not getting filled for 2 ticks. I don't know if did anyone take this trade so far? Like, did anyone get lucky enough to and manage to get into this long by any chance? Or we all had the limits in waiting for the entry? In off one if into the gap. Okay. Uni, you're still waiting for shorts. Yeah, my bike. Yeah, to be honest, I don't mind if I don't get filled and it goes to 2R. Like, I don't want to. Like I think we had a great week already. If the market doesn't want to give us the entry, it's okay. To be honest, at this point, like this candle here that dropped and recovered the whole drop, I think if we can manage to get a closure above this high here, like actually get a closure on the 5 minute, I think we're going higher. But we need to close above this high if this really wants to go higher. So fair enough. Yeah, we had a great push here at 3 a.m. Struggling a bit to give a continuous move higher, but again, I think if this 5 minute closes above this high, we're going higher. What I really want is like if we go higher, I couldn't get like the long here by 2 ticks because I think the trade was good enough. If I can get this, like I cannot get this, uh, Bitcoin analysis. I'm gonna try, but I don't trade Bitcoin anymore. It's been a long time. Um, if we can keep going higher and around 4 a.m. take these highs here, I would really want to look for um for a short. Hi Julie, do you have a Discord or any place where I can get to know you better, or how can I follow your day to day? I don't have a Discord group, um, not even like free or paid group. I guess your best bet would be to just follow me on X at Juno Trading. Same thing on YouTube at Juno Trading, where I have like a few YouTube videos and I post the trades that I take and like some educational things that I post for free. So that would be the best bet. But for now, I don't have anything like any group or anything to sell you. What happened to the lab? Yeah, like when it comes to Discord server, when it comes to the Discord server, it closed. Like it remains open for the people that was already in, but it just evolved into what's the live right now. Like the thing that we are doing here for free on YouTube, it was something that we were doing inside the lab. Like we were not as consistent as we are right now, maybe, and we didn't trade that many sessions as we do right now, but that was the main thing inside the lab. So it just evolved into a free thing. Auto trading, do you mean the layout on the stream? The thing is, we have a production team that they are doing an amazing job, um, that control everything, the layout, the animations, the transitions, when someone joins the stream, like the different screens that you see. We have a production team. So I don't have a clue how it is done, basically. Okay, Autumn, let me go and check Bitcoin. I'm gonna tell you to not trust my analysis that much because I don't trade crypto anymore. I can try and check like from the daily what I can see or whatnot. I think I have one crypto here, Bitcoin USDT on the daily. Yes, it's like it's so different. Mm, it's so different. over month. I wouldn't mind, like we tapped into this fair value gap right there. We're going lower. We tapped into this monthly gap. I still think we go lower for Bitcoin, to be honest. Like from here, we go to this low over here, and then maybe push higher. But structure wise, it looks bearish. I'm not gonna lie. No entry given to this yet. As soon as we see the closure above this high, we're gonna go to take profits right away. No, I don't use TPO. I used to trade with TPO a while back ago, or at least I tried, but I don't like. I right now I just trade the charts, like using the market structure. That's what I use. See, we're now getting the push here on the 5 minute. I think if we get the closure above this high here, we're gonna get a push higher to the take profit. Maybe we can wait to pick the 15 minutes over there when it confirms. Yeah, but the thing is, I mean, we could do this, and I'm gonna be interested. So, like, if we form the 15-minute gap here, uh, if we go down again and we form a unicorn or a break on the 1 minute, I will take it. But seeing this reaction of going higher from here, I really think we go to Asia highs um, quick enough. So I think, but again, like if we just go higher into the Asia highs, I think waiting to sweep the highs and see if we get a short, I wouldn't mind getting this trade at all. It's just so unlucky that we didn't get filled by 2 ticks. Like it was so sad. Yeah, if we can go back to the 15-minute gap, like I'm gonna leave the same entry because we have a 15-minute kind of breaker here. So if it really wants to go back into the 15-minute gap, I'm not gonna be the one that says no to this idea. Like I'm still gonna leave my entry here. See, we're failing to close above this high. Still 1 minute remaining for this 5 minute candle, but we're struggling to go past that high. Um, crude oil, what is it doing? But would you wait for the 1 minute form you set up again instead of 15-minute gap? Good question. Like if we go lower right away here at the like at this closure, I think just waiting for the same thing that I have right now is good enough. If you want to be a little bit more safe, you can just wait and see if something falls on the 1 minute, on the 15-minute gap. But like seeing that we have a 5 minute breaker, we didn't go to TWAR on this trade yet. I think it's safe to say that we can use the same breaker on the 5 minute instead of just waiting for the 1 minute. If you want to be more safe, just wait for the 15 minute to get tapped and see if we form a 1 minute breaker. -2 reach from the 15-minute breaker. Sheesh. Yeah. Now we got the closure above the high, slightly above. Let's see. I mean, we already know that usually, like more likely than not, we have to expect London to move slower. It is what it is. I remember one trade that we were like it went to break even like 3 or 4 times before we had the actual move, so it doesn't surprise me at all. Let's see. The 15-minute gap is in, so if you want to go there, that's okay with me. Looks we might go there on a 15. Gold, crude oil. Crude oil found support here on this breaker here after forming a swing on the hourly, if I'm not right. Yeah, hourly swing. Now it's going higher. Something like this. Then Juan, I think you can ask for access. We tap the 5 minute again. We to who then? DM Alex, because I think he's the one managing this. Or if not, like try to message through Whoop, like Whoop, whatever it's called. Okay, we're about to go to the 15-minute gap here. Good morning, Zeus. Background looks different. Yeah, it does. Like yesterday, we already had this background. I just moved the setup to the living room of the house so we can have like more light and the background here with the palm trees. Okay, I think we tap into 15 minutes. Damn, looks like yeah. Yeah, it's always sunny. A little bit windy today, but yeah, it's super sunny. And I was like on a different room with less light, like natural light. You're welcome, Juan. Yeah, it is really nice. Okay, we're in. We tap into a 15-minute gap. No era Coca-Cola, por internet. Cada puto dia.
I sempre en el mitjà moment la és una locura.
Okay, I think I'm back. Am I back? I'm back. Log into Chartivate. Okay, I'm back, guys. Sorry. Let me reshare the screen because I know you might be not seeing what I'm sharing. Perfect. What do you think about this hate Lanto is getting? I don't get it, to be honest. Like, I think he's being really transparent when it comes to showing what he's doing. I don't get the hate. I just think like uh uh that people just like to hate and enjoying the hate wave when someone is doing great. I think he's a good trader. That's all. Like, I don't have any bad words for him. He's been killing it. If you followed him for a long time, he's been killing with the Propfirm thing and now with the live. So I just don't get the hate. I'm still bullish. Like, I really want to see a reaction off of this 15-minute gap here. Let me mark out the gap. Another fair. To be honest, I don't really know where he trades. I used to check on him when we traded with Brian on YouTube sometimes. That's the only moment. Like, that's basically how I know him. Like, I don't know him personally, but that's how I got to know him as a trader. I don't know how he trades, but I'm sure like he knows what he's doing. Like, there's a ton of people that I don't know how they trade and they make a ton of money. And whatever he's doing, it's working for him. Let me remove this 5-minute gap. I just want to see the 15-minute. The thing here is I would really like to see a closure like inside or above the 15-minute gap instead of just reversing, like going below the 15-minute gap. That would be the key thing for me here, to see like we can completely fill the gap or whatever, but I would really see how we close above the gap rather than closing below the gap. I think this trade is going to be slow, really, really slow. If it goes to our intended direction, it's going to be a really slow trade. Hopefully it gives you an entry. Where are you looking for price to go, Andres? Like, what's your entry? How's the S doing? Okay, pretty much in the same spot. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing something like this. Got a pop-up hedging. Oh, really? You did? Trades closed. Shit. But you were trading with the top step copy trader, or like you were? Like I don't even know how top step works. No trade copy. I don't know. Okay, 15 minutes, 4 minutes to go. We're trading now below the 15-minute gap. Let's see if we can hold. See if we can hold it. The 1 minute, nothing. Let's see if we can manage to hold this 15-minute inside the fair value gap. See if we hold 3 minutes. Just scroll it going. Damn. CL going higher. That was a great setup. Once you off. I'm not gonna lie, the hourly looks ugly right now. With this, like we're inside this fair value gap to the downside and closing as a possible swing. It looks ugly. Let's see if we can just hold here and see if we can get a push from somewhere. Oh, you know. Someone brought my clothes clean. Good morning. Good morning, AD. Let's see if we can push. We're holding. I don't know what we're gonna do the next 15-minute candle, but what's the hourly looking like? The thing is, we have the 15 minutes, just 15 minutes. And I would really like to see the hourly closes above the previous hourly high. I mean, I'm not touching GZ today. Like, yeah, nothing. I can see nothing on gold. go either. I think CL was clean enough for a long. Sad that I don't usually trade crude oil or gold, so I don't really like to take into trades on these assets. Okay, the 15-minute candle. Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can keep pushing. Again, my Unico settle on the 1 minute time frame. Believe it's gonna go now. True, that's true. If you can close above this candle here, that could be a 1 minute unicorn trade. We can see what we can do here because maybe we can go long like this, add more contracts like this, add another contract here. See, 160, perfect, and move the stop loss low. Yeah, ideally, I would prefer to just see the 15-minute sweep of the previous 15-minute candle. That's the truth. That's like what would be the perfect setup here. But again, maybe we can close here. I can just play this trade, switch into the lower time frame, get an entry here, then another contract, and get like a good entry here, and just move my stop loss right there, aiming to get this highs here. We can try that. So I don't know if this is the wisest decision. Maybe it is not. Let's see how it closes here. Get this sweep. Pass the liquidity sweep. Okay, no closure. We're also about to inverse 5-minute fair value gap here. If we can close above this. Close IPG. Sorry for the mess of a chart that we are creating here. It didn't make sense because you add potential upside, but you with same or small increase on risk. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to look for, and not having to go for that long of a move. Maybe get like the validation closed. It would be to just add one contract and move my stop loss higher and my take profit lower. But essentially, we would be playing the same upside move. True. Okay, maybe we get a closure here in a minute, and I can just do what I just said. Add one more contract. If we get an entry, we move the stop loss a little bit, like here, a little bit higher. One, like this. We increase the size, so it's going to be like 2 around this area is going to be 360, so it fits my risk parameters. One more, 7 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. And now I move this stop loss. Not yet. Whenever it opened, like we actually get this contract in. If not, I'm just gonna keep playing the same trade. What a weird trade that we're forming here. Not gonna lie, I don't usually do this. Okay, we might get the entry here. We don't. Whatever, it works. Like the thing here is we are on a win-win situation here. If we get the entry, we can form this trade. If we don't get the entry, we are in with one contract. So I guess both ways work for us or for me. Low key targeting Asia high. Yeah, that's the target that I have for this session. You have good smooth edges also right there. So okay, I mean this. Let me just do this, do this, do this, do this. Firm cannot modify, so we're gonna add the sell order here. And then this, let's see if I can modify this. Can I? No, we're gonna add it manually and sell it. Perfect. Yeah, let's see if we can get the push higher now that we tap into this. This is a 2-hour move. Here you're gonna see that I have a wider stop loss because just using the breaker here makes less sense. Like the time violation is super tight. Like if I had to use 2R from this, we would be like around 1 hour already. So I just prefer, like I think if we go higher, at least we go for this high. Come on, Trump, bark something. Yeah, that would be nice. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, let's see. 2R, yeah, 2R. I like that we are getting the 2R before going for this for the high. So let's see. Anything could happen. You're seeing how the 1 minute is moving. We can have a movement both sides. Let me remove this. So anything could happen here. I don't see a logical place to move break even, if I'm being honest. I'd really like to target highs and lows from the downside move. Like if we had here something like this and we had like this, then at this point I would look for a break-even move on a close above this high, but we don't have like a clear swing high on the move down to on the left. So there's no logical point for me to go break even. I could just set a rule and, for example, move break even at 1 hour. On the 1 minute, on this 1 minute here, like inversing completely this 1 minute fair value gap here, it could be maybe, yeah. The entry is lower actually, and 2R is right here. 2R from here is with 2 contracts. That's nice. So I'm moving my take profit lower because I actually have a better entry because of what we did before of adding 1 contract. So it averaged the position, like the entry. Good morning. Good morning. The risk is lower, I guess, of what the initial trade. Now it's pretty much the same risk like the initial trade, so that's okay. We're still risking the same thing. Crude oil went to 2R to the tick, it didn't reach 2R. Let's see if we can hold this area. Really slow trade and hard to manage. Like not to manage, but not moving that much as I wanted. Let me check the 50-minute. How's it looking? 50-minute, 1 hour. The only thing is how the 1 hour is closing. I really want to see a closure above the previous hourly high. That would be a deal breaker for me, I think, here. So let's see if with the 4 minutes that we have remaining on the hourly, we can get a closure above the previous hourly high. That would be extremely perfect. Not gonna lie, that would be, and it's just, and if you can see, it's basically this high, like just closing above this high. It means that we are closing above the most recent high on this structure, and then we are also closing above the previous hourly high. So it's like both really good in terms of this trade going to take profit. Let's see if we can get the closure, please. It has to be on the coming 3 minutes. We wick thread, please, a closure, that would be nice. I mean, if we can get the take profit, I'm not gonna be the one that says no to this. Okay, on the 1 minute, we got the closure above. Fingers crossed that we can go to the take profit. How much for the hourly? 2 minutes, 43 seconds. I adjusted it lower because I had my entry, like I always look to R from my entry. That's how I also establish my risk parameters. So since I had one contract and then the other one added above, it just averaged the entry. So the entry is not right at the breaker, it's a little bit lower. So then 2R based off of the entry, the actual entry 2R is a little bit lower. So I don't have to expect that longer of a move. I could just set my take profit into the high, but I have the rule where I just go for 2R from the entry. How's the hourly looking? 1 minute and 50 seconds. Let's see if we can get a closure above that high. Makes sense, Beza. Beza Cow, Beza Co. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but it makes sense what I just said of why I moved my my take profit lower, because I'm looking like based on the risk parameters, like it's the 2R exactly from my entry. This rule is just applies. I don't want to be greedy. I don't know, I could get this trade towards the Asia high if I wanted. But I'm trying to just capture a small portion of what London session gives me. 1 contract out, 2 contract out, that's take profit, guys. Once more, we keep going with the winning streak during London session. That's amazing. That's a 2R. We added 1 contract here on the 15-minute gap based on the also on the 5-minute breaker. Then we moved towards the 15-minute gap. We formed another breaker and we used the same entry that we had prior to generate another trade that was pretty much the same thing as we trade always, like waiting on a 15-minute gap towards the direction that we want to see. It was clean. I'm not gonna lie, this was like a good trade, but not because of the trade, but because of how we managed to decide when to change our trade, when to add more, when to decide the subjective part of trading. I think this is a great example of the subjective part of trading. GG, I think we won every trade during London this week. Like every trade we took this week was a winning trade. It was a trade inside of a trade, exactly. It's just a different way to following the same bias to adapt one trade into another, taking advantage of what we previously did. Yeah, amazing. We keep the unicorn for the win. Yeah, it is simple. Like, we are not doing anything crazy. Like, we're not looking at premium and discount. We're not looking that much into the higher time frame. Like, it's just a really simple strategy. Um, that, yeah, it just works. I don't know. What about break even and let it go? You'll go higher. You can do this. Like, I think. Let me just see the hourly. See, the hourly close perfectly above the previous hour high. I think we are set for a continued move into Asia highs. Like, I think we can still go to Asia highs. You can move break even. I think I would suggest you to move break even if you are still long. Whenever we tap into this high, that's the logical thing, like the logical point for me to go break even if I wanted to see a continuation higher. But you can completely do this. It's just that I don't like holding trades that much. That's why I think it was a good decision to go to the 1 minute. Damn, we get to take profit and now it's dying. Jesus.
Siempre.
It's insane. Perfect, perfect. Bogdanov is watching you guys. Let me take this. I'm gonna just post it on Twitter. One tick from break even. No. Let's see if we can push. Look at crude oil. Crude oil also pushing higher. Crazy. Can you give a quick trade recap? Yeah, sure. Let me just take a screenshot of this. I don't want to. But it's just basically this picture right here. Let me just create this picture. One moment. I still trade the same model. Same thing. Like, I've been trading this model for 3 years. Didn't change a single, like, I adapted the model for some scenarios. But I've been trading the same thing for 3 years. Let me just leave this on Twitter here because I want to post this later. And now we can get over the trade. Okay, so yeah, it was like it was for me. Yeah, I mean, I think every model that has like a proven edge long term, it's gonna work. It's your decision and your choice to just commit to one trade and be consistent with that same trade. Jesus, how good of a decision we made switching to the 1 minute. It's insane. It's insane. Okay, so this trade was formed based off of this liquidity sweep. We tapped into the 15-minute gap here, and we formed this 5-minute breaker. So you're gonna see that my entry was like this. Like, we had this trade form on the 5 minute, and the entry here. We created a 15-minute fair value gap. I know it looks like a mess of a chart because we have the executions and everything, but we created this 15-minute gap right here. Like you can see here, this is a 15-minute gap. So as soon as we tapped the 15-minute gap, we went to the 1 hour. I think, I don't know who it was in chat that told me that we were creating, like, there was a possible breaker on the 1 minute. Props to whoever it was. But we went to the 1 minute. So this was the 5-minute trade that we were looking at. And we formed this breaker here. Here you can see we formed this 1 minute breaker. So I said, okay, if we really want to position ourselves into the same upside move, and on the 1 minute like dollar time frame, we have uh, a potential trade. I had the entry right here. So I had my initial entry right here. So my stop loss right at the liquidity point, liquidity sweep here. And then since I had already a good entry, all I did was add one more contract on the 1 minute breaker. Then we averaged both entries, like we had one contract lower, one contract higher. We found ourselves in the middle with two contracts. So now this trade is gone. I'm just using the entry of the 5 minute trade to leverage that one mini contract that we already had in that was aligning with this 1 minute trade, and use that mini that we already had to add one more and stick to this 2 hour trade here. That's it. Pretty basic, but yeah, like we were lucky to have a good entry and the breaker forming aligning with the same entry that we had. So that's why we could leverage that uh, mini contract that we had in. I don't know if it's just a mess of a chart and it's hard to follow. And I hope it makes sense, like what we did and why we did this. Any other question? Is it clear that do I really need to go back again and review the chart? I don't really mind doing this. Just like we're done. We took a trade, we won. I think we are on a winning streak of 4 trades during London session. Really, I can tell you, really good winning streak for the type of London sessions that we are having. Yeah, that was my only reason for that 2 hour. So Beza, let me explain how I decide where to take my take profit. Yeah, that was I mean, it was not a quick trade. It took some time, but yeah. So uh, yeah, the thing is, so when I frame a trade, like this is the liquidity sweep, this frame, let me zoom in. This is the trade, this is the breaker. Obviously, I frame myself a liquidity area where it would make sense for me to think that price wants to move towards to. I don't know if we carried S&T here or not, we did. But in this trade, like on this 1 minute trade, what's my drawn liquidity to the upside? So where I think it makes sense for price to go, it would be this high. So that's my buy side liquidity. Okay. This makes sense. Like this liquidity sweep, we also had this 15-minute gap. Let me just 15-minute gap, gap here. Okay. So we tap into this 15-minute gap, we broke the structure, we create a unicorn because we have a fair value gap here. So technically it is a unicorn. Perfect, whatever. So my logical area that price wants to move towards is to this high. So based on my entry, if I have the entry on the breaker here, and I want to place the stop loss here, I always look for 2R. The 2R rule that I have, I always go for 2R. You're going to see myself going always for 2R trades. Sometimes we're going to discuss this later. Sometimes I go lower than 2R, but it is because of what I'm going to explain now. This 2R trade, based on my entry, it has to fit in between the entry and my liquidity or logical liquidity level where I think price wants to go.
This trade fits the 2R in between this. Perfect. I stay with the 2R. Why I don't I use my take profits right away on the buy side liquidity, like on the exact level that I want to see price going, because usually here we form SMTs. It could be that exactly that's the thing. I don't want to be exposed to the fact that we can create SMT, to the fact that we might not go to the high, to the actual high. You know, like I always try to go look for a liquidity area where it makes sense for me. We might not get there because like the market doesn't like move or do what we actually think. I'm just giving me some room to failure and still be right. So in this move, I was actually right of this possible move here because we moved higher. I was wrong about my idea that we could take the high. We didn't take the high, but I was still right. We had SMT, really? Exactly, exactly, exactly. And then again, we can form SMTs here. I don't want to be exposed when an SMT forms. I can close the trade when the SMT forms, but I really want to keep it simple. And I think just following this 2R rule, feeding the 2R inside the entry and the take profit area works. Like for example, the 5 minute, what was like I would have, okay, we would be still in this trade on the 5 minute. That's the truth. But this is the breaker on the 5 minute. Breaker block, this is the liquidity sweep, the liquidity sweep, liquidity sweep. If I aim for 2R on this trade, and we said before that this highs here, where am I drawing liquidity? Can I feed the 2R inside the entry, like between the entry and the 2R? Perfect. I'm not going to go to the highs. I'm not going to highs. If we somehow, for example, had this trade, let's, for example, see this. Like, for example, the trade we took yesterday, my 2R, like imagine that my 2R, it's outside, like above my liquidity zone where I want to see price going. I just adjust my take profit. And as long as it is between 1.5 and 2R, um, exactly, that's what you would do. It makes sense, right? So as long as it is between the 1.5 and 2R, it's okay with me. If then I have a trade-off with like 1.2R or something like this, and I cannot like actually get advantage of like a good risk reward, then I wouldn't just take it and that's it, even if I'm right or wrong. It has to have like at least 1.5 to 2R risk to reward ratio. And that's how basically like it's just a simple rule. The 2R rule, fitting this 2R rule is between the entry and the take profit. And you can still be right when you're wrong. You can have half of the move, be wrong on the take on the maximum expectation. That's how I like to call it, and still be right, taking a take profit in between. Yeah, I think. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was a really nice move, but we also got lucky here because we had the entry, like we had the new 1 minute breaker form aligned with the initial entry, so we could leverage that. But yeah, it's not something that I usually do because like we not like we usually not form, we don't form like this type of setups um, um, lately. Uh, but yeah, we managed to pull this off and make the move, take the decision, and yeah. Otherwise, we still we would be stuck here still. Like we would be slightly above the entry right now on the 5 minute, waiting for a 2R move here. Now we're pushing higher. I don't know from where, but it would have gone close to like 1.3R drop. Didn't take us out. So the 5 minute is still working. The 5 minute trade it is still working. We went lower. It is a bit of a mess right now, but it's still working. We just managed to make a shorter like trade. Nobody knows why. Nobody knows how, but it fucking works. True. This might be news. It's just a weird move. And he's teasing us. This is crazy. These markets, yeah, this is insane. This is insane. And there he goes, the 5 minute. We would have won the 5 minute also. Five-minute trade, work. I don't know. I mean, obviously this has to be news. Yeah, this has to be news, but whatever. The 5 minute also worked. It's crazy, yeah. It's crazy. But we are being able to navigate these weird London sessions. That's the truth. I don't know how. Don't ask me how. We are managing to read the market. Are you in Thailand? Yeah. How did you know? Yeah, I'm in Thailand. I'm in Koh Tao right now. Included. Nice push made, 5x, 300 done. Damn, good job. We are killing it. So in London, I think London is treating us, at least for me, better than New York lately. The good thing is that we're managing to read the market really well, anticipate some of like part of these moves. W London, yeah. Oh yeah. We are the London team, the Lab London team here. How many trades did we took this 5 days of payouts? Crazy to think that I have been more payouts this week than my monthly salary, the power of trading. Anubis GG. GG, brother. Deserved. Yeah, when this happens, like when you start making money with trading and you're still working your day-to-day job, it's just insane how crazy it gets to think about like you made in a week what you usually made in like a month of 8 hours working. It's just insane. It made far with a heart attack included. It did. And now we're about to get the Asia high. So I guess we also had the drawn liquidity right. That's it. That's the read of the market. And it's crazy. Like, guys, don't you think it's just crazy that every time we say this and like we talk about the Asia highs and we talk about the smooth edges with the Asia highs, this thing, like this portion of the chart, it's just exactly the same. Exactly the same way. Like it is the same way every fucking time. Like yesterday trade, if you just go and check the post that I did on X for yesterday trade, it looks exactly the same as this one. And same for the trades last week. Like some of them just look like the same thing over and over. I started trading in 2020, but did not see consistency until I joined the lab last year. I love you guys. You taught me a lot. Bro, we can teach, we can show you how we do it. But at the end of the day, Anubis, to work from one itself, like you did the fucking work. So be really proud of what you achieved, because it also comes from you. Like we can show you how we do it, and we can show people the way we trade. But at the end of the day, the work comes from you. So, GG. Thank you so much, by the way. That's why we also do this. Like we really want to see people like you succeed. That's the main goal also. All-time in London incoming. True. True. We're about to hit an all-time high during London. We still have a devil's mark in the daily. That's insane that we're pushing higher with the devil's mark right there. We just swept Asia high. And now for the shorts might be in play. Oh, Sandy, you held into Asia highs. That's crazy. GG, GG, GG. What's the devil's mark? Okay, let me explain. What do you recommend for a beginner to approach prop? Find a good prop firm. My recommendation: go to propfirm.compare. Check for the account that fits your criterion, and just get one small account. Like even go for the 25K accounts or 50Ks. Get one 50K and trade really small risk. And start, like, trading prop is a game. You really need to understand. I can explain to you all the different rules and things about Propfirm, but you really need to experience what trading in Propfirm is, because like it's a really hard game. Like if trading is hard, trading prop, I would say, is even harder. Yeah, like Alex just said in chat, 25K flags on Lucid are really good. Like any 50K flags on Lucid are really good. Just get one cheap account and try to trade it. Just one. Don't go for multiple accounts at once. And just assume that you're gonna lose the first accounts. Like you're not gonna pass them right away. You need to understand the game. The devil's mark thing. So a devil's mark is basically a candle that opens and just satisfies one side of the market. So basically, right at the open, it starts moving into one direction, and it doesn't create a wick. So the sellers here below the open are not being satisfied. So it means that at some point, or usually at some point, price goes back to where we should have created a wick, revisit that area, find support there, and keep moving higher. Like, but you can just do that both, like it's a support zone, like area that you might want to see price reverse from, or as a drawn liquidity where you want to see price going. But again, we have devil's mark here. The daily candle didn't close yet, so it's not confirmed. We can create a wick still, but if we close the daily candle without a wick, then we have a devil's mark confirmed. You can apply this to different time frames. I would apply it to like 4 hour, 1 hour, 15 minute. Lower to that, I wouldn't use it. I don't use it actively. It's just something to create context. One more thing to create context, if you can call it that way. I was top power break even yesterday. It's locked for 2 ticks. No, my weeks. Yeah, Andres, you're being unlucky. You're being unlucky. And when I saw your trade yesterday and that one and the one today, and I have to say those are some fire trades. I also like your 2 hour rule. All yours. All yours. And thank you so much. Like we had a great week. Um, and I think last week we also ended the week with a win. So we are reading the market very well during London. The London team. Uh, we can. I don't have like any screenshots. I can check. I can check because I posted like a ton of screens like a while ago about my trade seller where I just posted each month my like all my trades, like my stats and everything. And also I used to create some PDFs with backtextings that I did. I can find it next. Just uh I guess you can. You can go to my page. I don't know. Like if you start scrolling, I don't post that much. If you start scrolling, you're gonna find them. My next page is at Juno Trading. Like, let me just type it in chat. It's this way. Keywords just TradeZilla or let me find. Let me just scroll for you. Because I use TradeZilla usually. Something of your socials. Okay, so let's to my socials. Those are my socials. There you go. Yeah, if you look for TradeZilla, if not, just I don't know if you want to follow me or not. Just do whatever. Send me a DM or comment like on one of my posts, and I can send you the if you really want them, I can send you the post where I post some of the stats that I was having with the model. I don't mind. I can do this for you. Send us your OnlyFans too. No, that's private. That's a high price thing. I'm joking. And also, I had planned out like I recorded like a month ago. I recorded a complete backtesting session where I just randomly selected the month using ChatGPT and then going through the whole month. But I don't know how I recorded that video with such a low quality that I couldn't even like upload it. But I'm sure I don't know if we can do it here at Lab Live or we can just do it one like on a weekend and we can do a backtesting session. I wouldn't mind. Or maybe we can do it on my private, like on my YouTube channel. When you're not in holiday mode, like it's not that I'm in holiday mode. It's just that I just reached the end of the day exhausted, and New York session here is at 8:30 p.m. I think. So if and usually Andres, we've been killing it with London session, and I've been trading like a win for me a day is enough. So I'm not just doing New York that much. When I'm back home, that I have New York in the mornings, and then during 3 p.m. Is a New York session. I trade both sessions, but yeah, we can call it that. I'm in a holidays mode, and I'm not I'm not trading in New York. For me, that oh shit, yeah. Do you trade order blocks? No, basically what I trade is breaker blocks. It's just the OV, but completely disrespected. I don't trade OVs, but Alex do, and he's doing pretty well with them. I used to wake up at 2:30 a.m. for New York Open. That's crazy. That's commitment. Damn. We just swept Asia high and we are going lower. Yeah, we do. Asia high, we're going lower. The only bad thing is that we didn't have a breaker right up here to use, but I guess that confirms that we had the drawn liquidity right. 15-minute dose mark. Oh yeah, we're going lower. But yeah. Okay, boys and girls. I think we're done for the day. Another great session. If you have any questions, let me know. As I said, if you need anything, you can find me mainly on X, and I'm gonna be open to help you guys and clear any requests that you have. Thanks for the stream. Thank you to you for being here. I wouldn't be here without you guys, obviously, because otherwise it would be really boring. Thank you, Zaza. So yeah, if there's no questions, and if someone has any questions after the stream, you can send them to my ex. If there's no questions, I think we can call it a day here. We had an insane week during London. All trades we took were winning trades. How many? No, I'm just trading one account, Tom. I'm not copy trading them. As for now, I really needed good price action and like a good direction on the market to actually start increasing my risk. I've been quite risk off for the past weeks, I would say months. Thank you guys. Enjoy the weekend. See you on Monday. We're gonna run streams the whole week next week also. So we're gonna see each other next week. Thank you so much once again. And yeah, have a good weekend. Thank you. Bye.